Yeah, I had like a giant week of Friendsgiving, and every night I did a different theme.
Opened my eyes to so much, and I really appreciate her.
I love that. She's so real. I love interviewing her because she's...
Sydney Sweeney's latest cinematic swing and miss, the star-studded survival thriller Eden, is limping out of theaters and straight into the arms of Netflix. That's right, this $35 million disaster that barely scraped by with $2.8 million worldwide is getting a holiday redemption arc on December 23rd, 2025. But is it a Christmas miracle or just another lump of coal? Stick around as we unpack the drama, the data, and why this flop might just find its feet on streaming. If you're a Sweeney stan or just love a good underdog tale, smash that like button and subscribe. Let's get into it. First things first. Eden wasn't some low-budget indie flick thrown together in a garage. This was a prestige project from the jump, directed by none other than Ron Howard. Yeah, the guy behind Apollo 13, A Beautiful Mind, and The Da Vinci Code. We're talking Oscar-winning pedigree here. The premise? A gripping, true story survival drama set in the 1930s on the remote Galapagos.
My family were huge fans of the book, so they know what's coming. Like they've read it. They're so excited. I feel like I don't have to prep them, and I don't want to because it's more fun to be surprised.
I always see in New York or in Italy or Paris, and it's always really amazing to see familiar faces and watch them grow as I grow as well.
It makes me so happy to hear. All right, the other half of my question.
Islands. It's based on the wild, real-life saga of European settlers who fled the Great Depression to build a utopian paradise, only for it to turn into a nightmare of starvation, betrayal, and straight-up murder. Sounds like The Revenant meets Lord of the Flies, right? The kind of edge-of-your-seat thriller that screams award season. And the cast? Oh man, it's a murderer's row of talent that could make any studio exec drool. Sydney Sweeney, fresh off her rom-com glow-up in Anyone But You, steps into the role of Margaret Whitmer, a determined settler alongside her husband Hines, played by the ever-intense Daniel Bruhl, Inglourious Bastards, Rush. Then you've got Jude Law as the enigmatic Dr. Friedrich Ritter, a philosopher doctor with big utopian dreams, and his free-spirited wife Dore, brought to life by Vanessa Kirby, The Crown, Mission Impossible. Oh, and that's not all. Ana de Armas joins as another key settler, adding that sultry, unpredictable energy she's mastered. This ensemble was hyped as the most impressive A-list cast in recent memory. Critics were primed for a prestige hit. Fans were ready for Sweeney's next big showcase after her breakout year. Production-wise,
And she's also fighting a fight in the public. And I think that for me, I find myself in a lot of battles.
It had everything going for it. Shot on location in stunning Queensland, Australia, to mimic the isolated Galapagos vibe, with a $35 million budget that allowed for practical effects, period-accurate sets, and Howard's signature epic scope. Early buzz from festivals? Electric. Trailers dropped with haunting voiceovers and sweeping drone shots of volcanic landscapes. Everyone thought, this is it. Sweeney's pivot to serious drama backed by heavyweights. But Hollywood being Hollywood, the best laid plans often go awry. Spoiler, they did. And spectacularly. All right, let's get to the cold, hard numbers, because this is where Eden went from promising to punchline. Despite the hype, it rolled out in a limited theatrical release in late October 2025, think 800 screens domestically, not the wide blockbuster treatment. Opening weekend, a measly $1.2 million in North America. By the end of its 3-week run, it clawed its way to just $1.9 million stateside. Globally, add another $900,000 from a handful of international markets for a pathetic total of $2.8 million. Against that $35 million budget, not even counting marketing, which insiders peg at another $15 to $20 million, that's a catastrophic loss. We're talking studios writing off at least $50 million, easy. For context, that's worse than some straight-to-VOD indies. Critics didn't exactly throw it a lifeline either. Rotten Tomatoes sits at a dismal 42% from 180 reviews, fresh enough to avoid rotten status, but barely. The consensus? Ambitious but uneven, with Howard's direction feeling listless amid the ensemble.
Most day, this checkered flag means victory. But today, it means something more. A dream realized, a life changed, a name that will never be forgotten. In my new film, Christy, I play a warrior, a fighter who refuses to quit. Christy is about grit, about determination, the same spirit that it takes to make it to the championship fort. So to our future champion, remember that what this flag stands for. But I had to convince David, our director, that I could pull it off. And I got on a Zoom with him right away because I was like, literally after an hour of reading, I was like, I had to get on a call. Right. And I'm talking to him and I promised him, I was like, I will lose myself to this character. Like, you will not know it's me. I cannot imagine not being a part of telling this story. Chrissy's such an amazing individual and her story is gonna save lives. And I want
the ensemble overload? Fans were kinder at 58%, praising the performances but calling the pacing a slog through paradise. Metacritic, 52 out of 100. Meh territory. Compare that to Sweeney's golden run. Anyone But You smashed $220 million on a $25 million budget in 2023, and even her 2024 horror Immaculate turned $9 million into $35 million profit. But Eden joins a grim 2025 streak for Sid. Americana bombed with under $500K on a $9 million budget. Christy, her boxing biopic, opened to $1.3 million in November, one of the worst wide releases ever for 2,000 screens. And don't get me started on Madame Web's $100 million flop last year. 4 flops in a row? Sweeney addressed it post-Christy, saying, "We don't always just make art for numbers, we make it for impact." Fair, but oof, the data doesn't lie. Why the faceplant? Timing was brutal, sandwiched between superhero spectacles like Tron Ares and holiday tentpoles. The limited release screamed tax write-off to audiences, and post-strike Hollywood fatigue meant prestige dramas are DOA unless they're Oppenheimer-level events. Plus, whispers of reshoots to amp up the thriller elements diluted the vision. Bottom line, a star-studded dream team couldn't save it from box office oblivion.
So of the season, which I love, like you're inspiring me to cut it. What inspired you?
my hairstylist, Ben Coco, he convinced me to cut it. My neighbors, and I threw a Shrek-themed Thanksgiving party.
I mean, this is brilliant, and everyone dressed up.
But hold up, all is not lost. Enter Netflix, the great equalizer for theatrical duds. After that brutal box office beatdown, Eden is bypassing further cinema shame and landing a global streaming premiere on December 23rd, 2025. That's right in the sweet spot, Christmas Eve, when everyone's hunting for cozy or chilling holiday watches. No more limited runs, this is full-throttle View de Glory, available in 4K with Dolby Atmos, for that immersive Galapagos despair. Why Netflix? Simple. Their track record with flops turned faves. Remember The Gray Man or Rebel Moon? Bombed in theaters, billions of hours streamed. Eden's got that bingeable ensemble hook. Think The Crown fans for Kirby and Law, Knives Out diehards for Ana de Armas, and Sweeney's 10 million plus Instagram followers ready to stan. Early streaming projections? Analysts at What's on Netflix are betting 20 to 30 million views in the first month, especially with holiday algorithms pushing survival stories amid cozy vibes. It's got that twisted family drama appeal, perfect for group watches with wine and whispers of, did that really happen? Plus, in a year where Sweeney's batting .000 at the box office, this could reset her momentum heading into The Housemaid with Amanda Seyfried this December. Another thriller, but with Paul Feig's comedic touch. Data-wise, Netflix originals in the thriller genre average 15% higher completion rates during holidays. If Eden hits even half of Bird Box's 282 million views, it'll be vindication. Will it spawn memes like Madame Web or earn quiet cult status? Only time and your watch history will tell. So there you have it, folks. Eden's wild ride from hyped-up hope to box office bust, now eyeing streaming salvation. Sydney Sweeney's got the chops. This cast is fire. Question is, can Netflix turn flop into froth? Drop your hot takes in the comments. Team binge it or skip it? Hit like if you're queuing it up. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell icon for more US, Hollywood, celebrity videos, updates coming next. Thanks for watching.